So in this video, I'm going to tell you how you'll be able to do maintenance on your poultry farm. So for example, if you're running such a machine and you're running a hatchery, you have to really take in of how you can be able to maintain your machines, because at instances you end up finding out that a machine can really fail you and you may end up not getting a lot of money out of this venture. Okay? And also you have to know, for example, how can Kenya become the Netherlands of Africa? This video has split and has a lot of things in it, so make sure you watch up to the end. If you're still watching up to this point, make sure you like the video and you also subscribe to the channel. Your likes help me a lot, so I really need your likes. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel, then you'll be able to move ahead. So I'm telling you, how can Kenya be able to be the Netherlands of Africa? There's so many things that really need to be taken into kin, because Netherlands is the breadbasket of the whole of Europe. They have way advanced technologies in the agricultural sector. Even until now, they can export something known as the concentrate, which is used in the feed formulation. Here in Africa, here in Kenya and Uganda, most of the concentrate is imported from the Netherlands and Belgium, a bit of it, but most of it comes from the Netherlands. The parent stock, the chicks that give us the eggs that we have to set in these machines, we import them all the way from the Netherlands. Why is it that case? Because they have way advanced technologies. And why is Kenya so left behind? Why can't Kenya be the Netherlands of Africa, becoming the leading exporter of agricultural produce here in Africa? We've got advanced land, we have fertile land, we have good topography, we have good roads, we have everything that is best. What is holding us back? The thing that is holding us back is our mindset as Kenyans, as Africans, learned Africans. Make one mistake, they call themselves the learned people. When you go to university, your brain is tailored in a way whereby you only want to be employed. So if you want to be employed, you don't want to think outside the box. How can you be able to become creative? Most people are afraid. I'm sorry to say this. Most people are afraid to reason. Okay? There's a difference between reasoning and thinking. So when you reason, that means that you are analyzing something deeply. So for example, there are a lot of problems here in Africa, here in Kenya. There are most learned people here in Kenya. When you take that knowledge and that critical thinking, then you implement it in solving a problem in the society, you can be able to do wonders. But people are afraid. People are afraid of failing. People are afraid of reasoning. So when you are afraid of doing both those two things, then as a nation, you remain stuck. Remain with a lot of youthful people. They have lots of energies. They can't be able to solve problems in the society. They've gone to school, they've gotten their degrees, they have gotten their masters, whatever. But if you can't reason, then everything will just remain at a standstill. Because when you reason, you'll be able to solve problems. They usually say the greatest thinkers. Why do they say the greatest thinkers? Because they reason out a problem and they find a solution to it. They don't just look at a problem and then they're afraid to find a solution to the problem. Because if you are afraid to find a solution to the problem, then you won't be able to grow. Okay? So why is Kenya so left behind? Or why am I saying this? Why can't Kenya become the Netherlands of Africa? We have the youth here in Eastern and Central Africa. We have one of the best education systems. Why can't we be the Netherlands of Africa? It's because of the mindset. I keep on reporting that. It's because of the mindset. And what are one of the two things that we youth, I'm taking this video, I'm talking directly to the youth, we youth can do, so as we can be able to prevent that kind of mentality. Because if you have such kind of mentality, then you won't be able to grow. and we want to grow. Okay, so one solution that I have for us youth in Africa is to start embracing small technologies in the agricultural sector and embracing reasoning and thinking. You don't have just to do everything that you are taught in school by your teachers, because sometimes I usually come up with these ideas, then I post outside, then you find out a person saying, oh, that thing doesn't go as that person said. That person who invented that thing is the same person as me. He was just a thinker. So you have to be able to think. So when you are afraid to think, how will you be able to solve a problem? Huh? So when I want to solve a problem, I have to think in a three-dimensional way. If I think it in a three-dimensional way, then I can be able to solve the problem. But if you just think it in a linear way, you're only following the school syllabus, you're afraid of reason, you're afraid of thinking, then how can you be able to solve problems? You can't. You just follow what other people say. And that is a very big problem. Because I usually think a human being is tailored in a way. And they usually say a human being is so unique. That's why you find that everybody has fingers and they have the fingerprint. The fingerprint is totally different to every human being on earth. And why is that? Because everybody is unique. Meaning it's not a must for you to follow the syllabus. Meaning you have your own way of thinking. So if you find like 5 great thinkers together, for example, if they want to solve a problem, maybe as here on our farm, you can see on this hatchery, we have a problem whereby you find a machine, they break down over and over. So you have to find out what is the real cause of that machine breaking down, or what is the real cause of that machine not giving a proper hatch. Okay? So you have to reason out. When you reason out, then you'll be able to understand the nitty-gritties of the things that really happen and how things happen. If you're able to do that, you'll be able to solve a lot of problems. Okay, so here, like this machine over here, this one is a 1056 egg incubator. This is an incubator. Most people usually ask me what's the difference between an incubator and a setter. So this is an incubator, and an incubator is made in 2 ways, whereby it is a setter and a hatcher. So this one is known as a 1056 full hatcher. And the 1056 full hatcher is whereby you find out that you can place 1056 eggs at once, and then you hatch them at day 21. That's the best of having a hatcher. And having a hatcher and a setter differently, it makes a person be able to understand and be able to separate. You know, when you are hatching chicks, there's a lot of dirt. So you are able to separate the dirt from the fresh eggs that you have put in. So when you just do it, make sure you just do all eggs in, then all eggs out. The chicks, that is what I'm meaning. The chicks is what comes out at the end. If you're able to do that, then you'll be able to solve a lot of cross-contamination of diseases, and also a lot of things, just the diseases, from putting from one egg up to the next flock. For example, if you're hatching today and you have put also other eggs in there, they can cross-contaminate and they can affect the whole flock. So when you do that, you'll be able to prevent such big problems on your poultry farm. So how am I saying this? The agricultural sector, it really saddens me for me as a poultry farmer to import concentrate all the way from the Netherlands. You want to tell me all those people who have studied animal science and all those agricultural courses in the university? Nobody. Even one. How many people are churned out from our universities each and every year? How many? How many youths are churned out from the agricultural sector? They want to go and look for jobs. How many? So if those people, they have been able to learn all through all that things. Me, I've never done agriculture in school. I never did agriculture in high school. But I was able to study and to find out and reason, to find out how I can be able to solve the problems that are affecting me directly, currently, on my poultry farm. So when you're afraid to reason, then you won't be able to grow. If you reason, you try something, you fail, then your brain expands. You get something. They usually say that when you think about something, then you sleep, then you wake up in the morning, you'll find a solution to it. I don't know how the brain works, but that is how it works. Maybe they can tell us, the doctors and the neurosurgeons, they can tell us what that is. So, guys, the only thing that I can tell my fellow youth is that if you have done any agricultural thing, or even if you have never done any agricultural thing, you only have the passion and you only have the will to be able to grow yourself and grow something out of you, out of your mind, then you can be able to have a great Kenya. You can be the Netherlands of Africa. It's all about the mindset. Okay? So if you have a great mindset and you can allow yourself to think, to reason, then reasoning does not make someone become so, it can't make you feel pain. If you reason, you become more smarter. When you become more smarter, then it will be way easier to make money. Money is only something that keeps you going, but money is not the end result. You have to be really keen, because if you're able to reason in anything, in whatever field that you're doing, nothing can stop you, man. But if you follow the money, my friend, then nothing will show up. So guys, how can you only make Kenya the Netherlands of Africa? You know the tips. Only allowing yourself to reason. If you reason, you'll be able to solve problems. If you're able to solve problems, because all those people, the graduates, nobody can be able to make a concentrate. You have to import the concentrate all the way from the Netherlands. Why? We have farms. Why should you import something all the way, miles and miles and miles away, thousands of miles away? Yet, you have the land. You're only doing monocropping, you're only doing maize farming. Why are we stuck on maize farming? How is our brain tailored? Okay? Why can't people plant lots of soybean and they can make animal feeds become cheap? If the animal feeds become cheap, more people rear poultry. More people rear poultry. You'll say, oh, there will be a huge demand, but we can be like China. We make sure that every day we have something like every family or lively household should have like 2 eggs per person each day. Then that can encourage, and we can have the living standards just go up because you are reasoning and you are able to solve problems. But here in Africa, most people think about politics nonsense each and every day. They don't do anything. That's the biggest problem. So fellow youth, open your eyes and see the future. Let Kenya be the Netherlands of Africa. We're just doing some maintenance of the machines. So we have a machine over here that has brought a problem. We have a problem with the fan, so we are trying to fix the fan. So that's what is currently going on. We're trying to fix the new fan, because the other fan, we found out that at a moment you find out that it tries to overheat, then it switches itself off. And we don't want that to happen, because when it happens like that, you end up finding out that these machines are known as forced air incubators. There are various types of incubators. I don't want to get into the nitty-gritties. So when it is forced air and you find out that the fan is not revolving or rotating, then the eggs will have a lot of concentration of CO2, and that can lead to the death of the embryos. So we have found out that that machine had that problem. So you find out that it reaches a time when the fan has overheat, it switches itself off. Then after it has cooled, it switches itself on. So we found out that this machine was giving us a very poor hatch, and we never knew the cause. But I told you have just to reason and think. So I even thought that maybe the controller was the issue, but after I've reasoned out, we found out that the fan was the issue. So it's just all about the observation and reason. And Kenya can be so far. And you can also be so far. Because if you solve a problem, someone will pay a dime for it. So stay wise and be smart. Subscribe and like the video. See you in the next one.